Let's go to this wide receiver list. What I actually think is perfect timing because Devontae Adams, one of the stars of wide receiver. If you haven't watched wide receiver, I'm gonna stop. Netflix ain't paying me, but I'm not gonna say go watch it, but it's good. It's good.
That shit fire.
It's fire. Peyton Manning is killing the content game, man. But one thing we learned about Mr. Devontae Adams, he's been he's my favorite wide receiver. Even when he was on the dreaded Packers, is Devontae be talking a lot of shit. That nigga did not like Jimmy G, rightfully so. And he was on Club Shay Shay, and he was just going off like, yo, if you look at all these wide receivers, niggas basically think the shit changed with me just because I ain't got Aaron with me no more. Like, nah, like I'm still putting up these numbers, doing my thing. He said, yo, I love Justin Jefferson. I love Tyreek Hill and, Jamar. He said, but I'm still numero uno. And that was perfect timing with this ESPN dropping their top 10 wide receiver list. Mikey, tell us what you got for this list. Who the ESPN put on there?
Yeah, so I'll start from number 1. They got Justin Jefferson. Number 2, Tyreek Hill. Number 3, Jamar Chase. Number 4, CeeDee Lamb. Number 5, Devontae Adams. Number 6, AJ Brown. Number 7, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Number 8, Mike Evans. Number 9, Stephon Diggs. Number 10, Brandon Ayuk from the San Francisco 49ers. So yeah, that was their top 10. It was basically a poll among scouts and executives around the league. And then there were players that garnered some votes. And you have DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin, Calvin Ridley, T. Higgins, Puka Nacua, George Pickens, Chris Olave, Michael Pittman Jr., D-Hop, Cortland Sutton. So what do y'all think about that list?
My biggest take is Devontae at 5 is ridiculous. 5 it's insanity. 2, yeah, just like Orlando says right here, yo, Diggs is way too fucking high.
Thank you. That's
Diggs
exactly what I was thinking.
I can name about 4 or 5 people better than Diggs.
Stephon Diggs is living off his name the last, I say, 2 seasons. I have no problem with Jets being number 1. I have no issue with that. That's another one too. I know we sound like Bears fans, but DJ Moore needs to be on this fucking list. You know what I'm saying? Like DJ Moore needs to be on this list.
Let's relax.
Over fucking Diggs. Yes, DJ Moore needs to be over this list.
Okay, but if you're gonna slide anybody up in that slot, it's got to be like Deebo Samuel. It can't be.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
DJ Moore. Thank you.
Let's
not let the
right. You're right.
Debo running back though. Shit.
But that's the thing with Debo. Like Debo doesn't really get that love as a wide receiver because of the way
overall offensive weapon.
The way that they utilize him.
Higher on the list.
I think Brandon Ayuk is a better wide receiver than Deebo Samuel. Like personally, if you look at the amount of routes won, the amount of yards, separation, receiving, he only had 2 drops all last year. Like I think Brandon Ayuk is a better wide receiver. It's like when you look at wide receiver, we're looking at that mold of the Calvin Johnsons, the Chris Carters, the Randy Moss, with the TOs, the guys like that. So like I don't really look at Debo like that. Like I don't really see Debo outside. Take it at
face value as that's the position that he plays. No one's gonna start splitting hairs when you're like, who's one of the best tight ends in the league? No one's gonna be like, oh well, Travis Kelce also does. Like that's his position. He is a wide receiver. I feel like that's unfair because he is gifted and can do multiple things on that offense. I think that's unfair to not include him on the top 10.
Right, I see that. But then we're also looking at, like we said, this poll was voted on by NFL executives, scouts, and coaches. So the league is telling you what they think of Deebo Samuel because he's not even in the honorable mention.
Yeah, he
is.
Yeah. Oh, he is? He is?
Yeah.
I thought he was.
Don't be disrespectful. He was the second one on the list.
Oh, he was in the honorable mentions, right. But he didn't receive any. The other people, the ones that receiving votes. Yeah,
neither did Puka Nacua, and he was the rookie of the year, wasn't he?
It's too early to be putting him in top 10 for me. Mike
Evans,
disrespect gotta stop.
Mike Evans disrespect gotta stop.
Yeah, he's an 8, bro.
Oh yeah.
I think wide receiver is the hardest.
I gotta be higher, bro.
Wide receiver 8 is cool.
8 is cool. Wide receiver right now at this point, wide receivers at a golden era, and we could debate this all day long. I think the only one that I would take off is Diggs. I don't think Diggs is a top 10 wide receiver. Whether you want to put Ayuk there, whether you want to put Debo there, whether you want to put DJ Moore there, whether you want to put Puka there. I don't want to be real. I almost was real disrespectful and was like, "Yo, it's the wrong Diggs at this point." But he can redeem himself with the Texans. But I think his top end speed is there. I think he's really just a possession wide receiver at this point. It's one of those things where it's like maybe possibly projecting because you got C.J. Stroud right there. But I do not think he's a top 10 wide receiver anymore.
If they're going off of last year, then I can understand why they got Davante Adams where they have him based on the quarterback play and the overall numbers might have not been, what we're used to in Green Bay. But I'll give you one, and I don't know how y'all feel about this, but I got CeeDee Lamb over Jamar Chase. You're talking about somebody with 135 receptions, 1,749 receiving yards. 12 TDs.
Now, also, in fairness, now I'm with you because I'm with you. When I'm with you. But
I already know what you're gonna say.
He was literally the only person on that offense that got wide receiver wise that got any targets.
But you know what? But before that, he was eating with Amari Cooper too. Because then people like to pull the whole Jamar Chase has to share with T. Higgins. Well, they were force feeding Amari Cooper for a while. CeeDee Lamb was still getting off too. Production wise. So I can see it. The other argument could be why Jamar Chase. We see what he does with a healthy Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow, obviously missed games. But I mean, people are sleeping on CeeDee Lamb. And Orlando, don't make me talk about you. Don't make me talk about you. The man had 1,700 receiving yards. You talking about too high? Get the fuck out of here.
I love how everybody on this network be looking at Orlando like, I know you ain't talking.
Right, and then just even in the DJ Moore like defense, what they broke down and what they said about Amon-Ra was just really like his ability to play outside, inside, his ability to make yards after the catch, and like his sure-handedness. DJ Moore does all of that, and he's done it with lesser quarterbacks. So even though we are Bears fans, like I'm glad that now, like people saw what DJ. Like if everybody wants to say Justin Fields is trash, that's cool. But look what he did with a trash ass quarterback, career numbers. You know what I'm saying? So if Caleb is what he's that, and he eats again, like there's no way that the Bears tax is going to be able to stay on DJ Moore's locker and on his name tag because he actually does everything Amon-Ra does. The same way you like to say, Courtney, about CeeDee Lamb being the only guy. Amon-Ra is the only guy for Jared Goff because he's throwing to Josh Reynolds.
This is Sam Laporta erasure.
No.
Laporta erasure. I won't stand for it.
So like I honestly think DJ Moore is ascending. And we saw how everybody talks about Justin Fields, and we saw he put up a career year. So he just keeps getting better and better. Keenan Allen not getting a vote. I don't know if they're taking into account his age, but he played like 12 games last year, 13 games last year.
What is he playing for now?
Oh, you know.
This is what we doing.
You don't know who he's playing for? Yeah. No. But even then, if this is going off of last year, if this is going off last year with the Chargers, he had a career year at 32. And he was like top 5 in almost everything. So for him to not even get a vote is kind of crazy, but
for a split second, I really did forget. I wasn't even trying to be funny. I really did.
Like you can't tell me Garrett Wilson deserves honorable mention over Keenan Allen, a 6-time Pro Bowler, somebody who's consistently putting up all those yards. Like, and then the same way, like you kind of gotta throw, if you're throwing Nico Collins in there, Puka Nacua needs to be in the honorable mention.
That's a good point. Niggas doing a lot with Nico.
Who the fuck put Nico where?
And he's an honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Oh, that's somebody from Houston that did that vote.
But I think that's simply because he had C.J. Stroud throwing to him.
Nah, it was somebody. Nah, it was just somebody.
That was Nick Casario. That was Nick Casario's vote.
Yeah, that was a nigga from Houston that was like, no, I got to put one of my homies in there. That's like the equivalent of who was that got an MVP vote?
Yeah,
like Paul Pierce.
Anybody from that wide receiver core in Houston, it should have been Tank Dell until he died.
When Frank Isola gave Melo MVP vote in like 2012 and shit.
Yeah, that shit.
Stop Brian from going unanimous.
I mean, the list, my answer is similar to the last one. It's really more so of a thing where it's to create conversation. And with wide receiver, I already told you how I feel. Like, wide receiver is becoming a new running back. Like, it's 3 new dope ones coming out every year. So I think it's a thing where, like, taking into account the situation, the quarterback, because, like, that's why the only reason I disagree with the comment about Jamar is that shit, Burrow was hurt last year. So putting up CD's numbers, I feel you, but at the same time, any one of these dudes, you plug them into a system as a number one, they're going to get numbers. So I think when they do lists like this, I feel like it would be better if they did it off sheer talent. But even with that, it becomes opinion-based. So for the most part, I didn't really have too many problems with it. But, I think this is the year. Like I said, Bears fans, just be in the moment because we finally are about to get our shine. And I think DJ will be on that national radar now. And Keenan is already there. But I think finally seeing him in the Bears uniform and shit, like, don't be surprised, bro. Roma Doomsday. I'm gonna keep saying it.
My man Rome.
I agree, and I didn't get this point across in the local hour, but I want to say it now, Scott. And I know you'll be there. Your brother's gonna be there. I want to see who Caleb builds that connection with.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Because that's important. I want to that's really important because last year we saw it was Justin Fields and DJ Moore. There's 3 guys now, plus Cole Kmet. I want to see which wide receiver is the name that we're seeing the most in these tweets because that's going to be very telling come the season.
Paper on these player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna